Yes. I said yes. I don't know if you heard me.
I didn't hear it. Okay. It's a nice long pause. Okay, so last we left off, the Gold Dawn had helped acquiring the harpoon. Sorry, had helped to acquire the harpoon made of pure star metal from the depths of the sea. When returning to Charles's ship, it was discovered that one of the crewmen was sent to kill Ophelia. But before the man could get a shot off, Charles managed to shoot first and end the threat. When the party arrived back at the port, you all regrouped at the workshop to check in on Cedric, Maka, and Teclis. Notably, Teclis' condition has worsened, and he later reveals that he needs magic to live. Bradrick had got to work on his list of tasks, starting with repairing Surbeck's armor, as the rest of the party visited the local tavern. On approach, they saw that there was a long queue coming out of the door leading to the central area where a table was set up, and you see Charles was taking notes. The barmaid, Delilah, revealed that he was recruiting for new crewmen as the old crew had abandoned him. They did not appreciate having a captain that would shoot his crewmates so easily. Ophelia, peeking over at his notes, saw that he did not like any of the candidates, and began writing the names of members of the party. Eventually, a bargain was struck between the pirate and the vampire. Charles would take the party to Ulthwan, and perhaps there he would be able to find a more suitable crew. Charles dismissed the men that were queued to speak with him as he tossed his notes into the fireplace. While enjoying food and ale, another pirate with two of his lackeys came in, the large man in the middle missing his right hand. He came straight towards your table and began to call Charles by many different names. Killian and Prince Charles were the notable ones. You discover his name is Jasper, and he warns you that Charles is a treacherous one, claiming that it was Charles's fault that they ran into a vampire by the name of Luther, who shot his hand off. He also reveals that at some point in the past, Charles was known as Killian, and he was also looking for the harpoon aboard the Vengeance. Tensions rose, but eventually cooler heads prevailed as Jasper and his lackeys head out of the tavern. The party took turns visiting the same shopkeeper for various goods, and Bradrick employed the help of the local blacksmith to produce several metal casings that he required to create grenades. After resting in the inn, the party had some breakfast before checking in on Teclis, Maka, and Cedric. And then after finishing their meals, they all leave towards the workshop one by one. However, Goldun and Yop, when they were left alone, had a vision of Siegfried warning them that the chaos in the north was rising. He shouts that they were rebuilding the warp gate in Norska before he is yanked away from the tear in reality. At the workshop, Teclis' condition is again worsening, as he reveals that he needed the magic to survive, as he has a rare ailment. Goldun offered his own limited magic to Teclis, but the party finds out they would need to rebuild the device that Fabian used to drain the magic in the first place. Only this time they would have to restore. Only this would be the way to restore Teclis. As Braga continues to work on the harpoon launcher, Eve and Ophelia decipher the last pages of Fabian's notebook. As of right now, Eve and Surbeck head out to look for a rare herb so that Eve can make a powerful potion capable of reviving fallen allies. Tear in reality.
Tear in reality.
So Eve and Surbeck, you head out to look for this very particular herb. So why don't you go ahead and give me that survival check.
Anyone else coming along?
I thought it was just you two, but if anyone else wants to join, go ahead.
Ideally, anyone with proficiencies or positives in this way of scavenging and foraging and whatnot.
What is Eve looking for?
I am looking for the herbs that I will need to make a potion to cast Revivify.
That doesn't sound fun for Ophelia, so she'll just stay quiet.
Surbeck is going to also tell Eve, should maybe also make more potion for water breathing.
I agree with you. We can do both.
Okay, Surbeck, start to look. I'm gonna look for the Revivify herb first. You said survival, right?
Yes.
Yep. So you're looking for the Revivify herb first?
Yeah, hold on.
Are you rolling for it, or is Eve?
I have a pretty good survival. 1 second, I gotta find a more flat surface for the dice tray.
And ideally it would be like kind of a party thing to help, because I mean, with reading the book, it's very rare.
I'll say that in this case, Golden will come help you out.
Okay.
I'm not exactly
real
sure
rare.
what he has in terms of survival, but let's just say he gives you a +4.
Okay.
Should I roll for it?
Whoever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
You better
Yeah.
luck with rolling.
Okay. Yeah, I just have a really good survival.
Either way, you're adding Eve's survival to your score, and you're adding +4 to that as well. So.
Okay.
Mine will be a -2.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's no good. It's a 3 minus 2 plus 9. So 10.
Wow.
I rolled a 3.
So that is not enough to find the rare herb that you're looking for.
Can we keep looking?
Yeah, you can definitely keep looking. Is there... Tilcon, I know you wanted to do something. Tilcon?
Oh, I guess I gotta unmute myself, eh?
Yeah.
I want to approach Yope, aka Yope. And I'm going to reach into my loincloth because I don't have a pouch or anything like that. And bestow my weapon. I mean, the. Oh shit, what the hell's it called again? The Kraken's Bane.
That's what he
What?
calls his junk.
Okay, just like to kind of recap, I took the item from that one encounter, and I didn't do anything with it. And Luca reminded me the other day. He's like, "You have that thing," and like, I was like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to do something with that thing." So anyway, I'm gonna give Yop the sword. I think this would benefit you more than it would me.
Oh, what did I do to deserve such a gift?
Well, it seems that everybody else is already pretty well equipped, and I already have 2 blades. I don't need another.
Oh, I see. Thank you. I'll make sure to make good use of it. Thank you.
Goodbye, Kraken's Bane. Do you want me to send that thing to...
I just sent it to
yours?
him.
Send to him,
Oh.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You guys want to look for more herbs, so you can go ahead and roll for that now if you'd like.
Alright, Are we rolling for the other herbs this time?
Whatever you want. You tell me.
I guess we'll look for the revivify herb again, because
Okay.
I'm assuming this is the only area to find it.
It's not the only area to find it. It's just a hard find.
It's really rare. You know what? As much as I originally wanted to find this, it might be proven too difficult unless we have more people.
It's a DC 30 to find it. Just
Yeah,
so you guys know.
DC 30, that's why I'm like,
So there's a 5% chance if we got a nat 20, basically.
Yeah.
we might want to go for the other one.
My survival's not awful, but like the roll is obviously like we would need a 20, I guess, right? Because no one's survival
Lots
is like
of people to help.
Yeah. We
Oh,
would
like
need-
is it compounding?
Yeah, we would
Yeah.
need a lot of modifiers.
Yeah, so basically one person would roll and everyone's modifier would get added together to make up the
okay.
total roll.
Yeah,
So
I could
right,
help.
right now, we're not sure about Golduns, so we're just saying a +4.
What was the
Unfortunately,
thing? Survival?
unfortunately, Eve is actually subtracting from the
Oh
total.
god.
She's one of those super.
Maybe she shouldn't help.
Eve,
I
go
have
over
the
there.
book though. I'm the one who has the knowledge.
She's just talking to people about the herb while they're trying to look for the herb.
Well, I add +4.
Okay. So that means +4, +4, +5 minus 2 is 11. So I'll roll again.
So you're looking for the Revivify herb?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go. That's a natural 1.
Okay, starting off strong. All right, so yeah, unfortunately, you spent a bit of time trying to find this super rare herb with no luck, even with the help of Goldun and Teokata. What do you guys
Anyone
want?
else want to help?
As Izzy, yes. As Ophelia, she wouldn't. She doesn't really know what this is for, and she doesn't really care that much.
Yeah, and judging on how I treated her last time, I don't think I should help.
You mean Ophelia or Eve?
No, Eve.
Oh,
I think after a while, I'd probably like, it might be easier to try to find the Maruera. This one's very easy.
To find the
my gosh.
Capoeira?
find that capoeira.
Okay. We start look for capybaras. This was an individual roll for each of us, right?
This one's easier to find, so you guys decide how you want to do that. You could do individual rolls, or you could do a single roll. It'll be more beneficial to you to do individual because you'll find more.
Alright, yeah. We should split up. Find more of capybaras. Man, my rolls are so bad today. I got
Okay. Go ahead. You got an 11. What's the DC on that one, Eve?
The
believe-
DC is 15. And we would need 15 of them to brew one.
But you find D4 every time.
Yeah, D4. Yeah, each time.
Okay. So, unfortunately, Surbek, you don't find any of the quote-unquote capybaras. But Eve, what are you looking for it as well?
Sure, I'll give it a go.
This is for the water breathing potion, correct?
Yeah. Nah, I don't find anything.
Oh my god.
We're not finding anything.
The rolls tonight.
We're just hiking in the forest.
Just getting some fresh air, I guess.
Also, what time is it in the day?
It's early still. It's
Oh, in the
before
morning?
noon. Before noon, yeah.
Okay.
I would say you guys have spent at least 2 hours searching for the rare herb.
And this is technically day 2 of.
This is technically day 1 of Bragrick's construction.
Okay. Oh, I got nothing else better to do.
Except destroy our eardrums.
All right.
Yes.
Ophelia Yope. Anything you want to do?
Where are we again?
You two are in the workshop right now.
I go back to the group.
So you make your way into the
In
forest.
the forest.
Oh, actually, just outside the forest, where I think that everyone's gonna meet up.
Did we discuss where we're gonna meet up? Because I don't think we did.
No.
Excellent. I'm gonna make my way to the tavern. I feel like that's always a pit stop we tend to make.
Okay. All right. Yope. So you're gonna just head out and just wait.
Yeah, just outside the forest.
Okay.
What a creeper.
Okay. So Ophelia, you head back to the tavern, and again you can see Delilah sort of just getting ready. There's no one inside. It's too early, but she's just getting stuff prepped for the evening. Hello, dearie. What can I do for you?
Just waiting for some of my companions. I don't know where they've scurried off to. And we tend to often make a pit stop here, so I figured maybe I should wait it out.
You're welcome to stay here.
Is she just getting things ready? Is that all
Yeah.
that's happening in here?
Yeah, she's just getting the area prepped, things cleaned up, organized, etc.
This is boring. Ophelia says mostly to herself. And she goes out to walk by the docks.
Okay. How long would you spend inside of the tavern?
A grand total of maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
How many rolls can I do if I were to spend the rest of the day until 6
Okay.
o'clock?
So let's say it's about noon right now. So make 6 rolls, and then that'll be 6 p.m. And you can do that as well, Eve. So Eve, you've done 3. -1, nice.
Alright, so I got 21, 21, 15, 16, and then the rest are fails.
Okay, so for the successes, you can roll a d4.
That Steve Harvey gif is pretty accurate of what these rolls are like.
Shit. Oh my god.
Wow!
Nice.
Holy shit, I just got 3 4s and a 2, so I found 14. That's almost 1 potion.
I got none.
Yeah.
Wait, you got 9?
She didn't get a single. She rolled a 12, a -1, a 2, a 0, a 7, and an 11.
Oh no.
So you're basically tapped until 6 p.m. So Ophelia and Teokado, were you also helping them search?
I guess I was before, so
You were.
Yes. So what do I have to roll? Sorry.
So roll your survival check. You're looking for a 15. Anything 15 or higher, you can roll a d4, and that's the amount that you gather.
So how many am I doing? I guess I'll just
6.
do it. Okay, 6. All right. So I'll roll the survival checks and then I'll roll the things after.
Sure. Yeah, you can just do 60, 20 at this point, and then it'll be easy math from there, I think.
Okay, yeah, sure. So 6d20, and then we'll just add. It has my modifier is +4, so it has to be
Yeah.
at least 11 then.
Yeah. We'll see what we get.
So,
you
2.
3 because you need an 11.
I only see 2 though, right?
Oh, sorry. I thought that was a
Yep.
17, but it's 1 plus 7 does not equal 17, so 2. So go ahead and roll 2d4, and that'll be the amount you gather. Was there anything you wish to do in those 6 hours of time, or are you just chilling?
Can I try attuning my new blade?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that'd be more than enough time.
And I guess I'll eat a ration, one of the ones that Golden gave me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll roll for Golden because he's helping you guys look as well.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
All right, so Golden gets 2.
So Rebecca's gonna go hunting for dinner at 6 p.m. as well.
So you guys can add another 4 to your collection.
Are we all rolling, or just those that are searching?
Those are searching. Would Eldriana have gone searching for herbs with the group?
Probably not.
Okay, then you're not rolling for anything then.
Right.
Okay. So we'll get to you in a sec, just because you weren't here in the beginning. Ophelia, you've made your way to the dock. You can see Charles is sort of getting ready. He's getting the ship ready. It's taking him a bit of time because he is alone. And you do see another ship docked, not next to, but close enough to him. You assume that this is Jasper's ship.
What does the ship look like?
It's in slightly better condition than Charles' ship, a little bit larger. It's a dark wood, obviously, black sails, being the pirate that he is. And you can see that notably compared to Charles doesn't have any sort of weapons mounted to the ship, whereas this one does. Jasper's ship does.
Okay. Is Jasper's ship looking empty?
Yeah, from what you can see, just on the outside.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep on walking. I don't feel like having to help or any of that quite yet, so I just walk around.
Okay. As you're walking, at some point, Charles does notice you and kind of gives you the head nod.
I do the same.
Okay. Are you heading anywhere in particular, or are you just wandering?
Just wandering. Feels like he's doing things that are of importance, and I don't feel like sticking around.
Fair enough. Okay. So you're just taking a stroll through the small town. You can see that people are a little bit more brave than they were before. People are making their way out of their homes and going out and shopping and buying stuff, whereas before they were all keeping to themselves indoors and locked up.
Okay.
Eldriana, you make your way to the water. Was there anything you wanted to do there in particular?
I'd like to try to perhaps practice, hone my new skill.
Sure. Yeah, easy enough.
So I'll probably try. So let me just go back and see. So I'll try to control the water.
Mhm.
I can see if I can. You said sorry. You said that I can only do one per day though, or
It'll be like an encounter, so you can use it in an encounter, but once that encounter is over, you won't be able to use it again.
Okay. So
So,
if
like,
I'm
So in the previous encounter, for example, you were able to have multiple tries at it, but once that encounter was over, then that would be it. You wouldn't be able to do it again.
okay. So if I practice though, like just by myself, does that count as an encounter? Like, does that cancel?
It would, yeah. So you wouldn't be able to use it again for this day. It would reset the next day.
Okay. Oh, sorry. What time of day is it right now?
Everyone started doing things at around noon, so we'll say that you've done the same, and people have had activities until about 6. So I would say that in your practice, you can spend up to 6 hours if you wish. It might be a bit overkill, but yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't spend that long on it. But I would want to try to let's see. Like perhaps try like either are there a lot of ships at the on shore?
Only 2.
Cabins?
Charles's ship and another ship of you assume it's Jasper's ship since he was the only other sailor that you've seen in town.
Okay. And would they be currently in their ships?
Charles, yes. Jasper, you don't see anyone.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to find some place where I wouldn't be seen. So
Okay. Yeah, simple enough. There's enough forested area that lines the shoreline, so you can head into there and start practicing.
okay. So I'll practice to create a perhaps a whirlpool.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go I'll go into the water.
Okay.
Perhaps up until I'm about just under shoulder deep.
Okay. So you're basically up to your neck.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'm gonna try to create a whirlpool. Maybe let's see, 10. Where is 10 feet? So I guess a small whirlpool. Maybe just 20 feet in front of me.
Okay. So at this point, you've had a bit of practice already, and you're no longer under stress of battle, so you're able to easily concentrate, and you begin to feel that connection with the water as you create just a small little whirlpool 20 feet in front of you, and you can see that it's not overly powerful just because of its size, but you're pretty impressed.
Cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back. I'll go back closer to the shore. Maybe just 10 feet away from shore. So I basically just enough for my feet to be covered. And I'm gonna try the same to create a a flood. In terms of maybe just having the water rise up by by 3 feet.
Okay. Yeah. Simple enough. So again, you sort of kill the little whirlpool, and you begin to concentrate once again as you can feel the water just rise, just 3-4 feet higher than it was before.
Okay. And then I'm gonna finally get to the shore, and I'm gonna see if I can control the water enough that it can carry me, and if I can walk on water.
Okay. So, yep. So you concentrate, and you're able to control the waves enough to pull you to the shore, but you do not have the ability to walk on water. Just the force of the water is what's propelling you, not so much the fact that you can stand up inside of it.
Okay. So, like, just in general, I wouldn't be able to. Anyway.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
You can swim faster than usual. You can hold your breath longer, but you're not Jesus Christ. You can't walk on water.
All right. Okay. So after I do that, I'll just I'll call it a day's worth of practice.
All right.
And I'll go to the tavern.
Okay. Cool. Ophelia, yeah, in your searching, you find what looks like the distillery here, the one and only distillery, the one that probably provides the local tavern with their ale.
Does this town only drink ale?
Yeah, from what you've seen, they only have ale available. The only wine that Ophelia has had here was at Roland's, and from Roland, because he provided Adriana a bottle.
Right. Which is okay. How did I enjoy the wine? Would I say it's something I would?
It's not the best wine you've ever had, obviously. However, considering that you haven't had a decent glass of wine in a very long time, it's very suitable.
Okay.
And Roland tries. He makes a decent effort at his craft. So.
Okay. Does he have a shop?
Roland?
Mm-hmm.
No, he was a home brewer.
Ah, okay. Okay. In that case, I'm assuming he probably has a daytime job and doesn't just brew for fun. I'll just sit somewhere by the shore.
Okay. You're not sure, Adriana, if he would be in his cabin.
Okay. Before I go to the tavern, I'm gonna pass by since he was pretty close to shore. So I'll try knocking on his cabin.
Okay. I'll say that as you're heading in that direction, you do see Ophelia making her way in the opposite direction towards you.
Hey! What are you up to?
Oh. Honestly, absolutely nothing. What are you doing?
Oh. Well, just thought I would pass by, your old friend, Roland's. See if he has, some more wine.
Huh. Alright.
Care to join?
What the hell? I'm not doing anything. Sure.
All right. I guess we'll walk over, and when we get there, I'll knock on the door.
Okay. You make your way over. You knock on the door, and you can hear what sounds like, rustling. And I'll be right there. 1 second. And then a very hurried and rushed Roland appears at the door. And at first glance, you can see that he's just dirtied with, red stains all over him from the grapes that he's been crushing. And then he locks eyes with Ophelia. Oh, hello. I didn't expect you to come back.
Who's he saying that?
He is almost like looking through you, Eldriana.
Oh. Hi. Hey, Roland. Yeah, I thought we heard that your wine was really good, so I thought I'd get some more. Just pop in. Maybe.
Yeah. Both of you, come in, please.
I smile and walk in.
As well.
So you want some more wine? Was there something wrong with the one I gave you?
That's far gone.
I see.
She liked it so much that she didn't want to share.
I side-eye Adriana.
I smirk at her.
I see. Well, here's another gift for you then. He walks away and then comes back with 2 bottles this time, and he hands you each one.
Oh, thank you.
Here's one for you and one for the thirsty one.
Well, it's so generous of you. Thank you.
I go into my coin pouch. What is the standard price for a wine? No, correct. No, scratch that. What is the price I'm accustomed to paying for a wine bottle?
Normally 0, but a fine bottle of wine would be about 10 gold.
Okay. I go into my coin purse and gather 10 gold.
I'll also going to get some gold and yeah.
It's unnecessary. Really, it's my pleasure.
Well, we've been on many journeys, and it's been a long time since I've had a good, solid wine. So thank you.
He gives you a smile and he kind of like a half bow.
Are you making some wine right now? And
I am.
Oh, well, if you don't mind, I'd be interested in seeing the process of making your infamous wine.
I mean, it's not really a hard process, but sure. You're welcome to take a look.
What else is he wearing? Like, is he just wearing a regular shirt? Or
Yep. Yeah, you can see that he's wearing a dark colored shirt, dark pants, and he's got a ivory apron on that is half stained in grape juice at this point.
And can I notice anything on his neck?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Hey.
Oh shit!
Wow, 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 wow. You see through beyond.
You see his vertebrae. You see the same markings you saw before. You can see that they've healed, but they will be present there for a little while, as the red area now has begun to turn purple. But the wound itself has closed, and you can see the scars that will be left later.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything just yet. So I'll just I'll follow him to where he's making his wine.
Okay. So you follow him in towards the back of the house, of the cabin, and you can see there he's got a small workstation. He's got a mechanism that he uses to crush the grapes. It's like a crank pulley that crushes and separates the rind portion of it. Very simple setup. You can see that he bottles essentially one by one because he's got such a small working area, and you can see that there's crates upon crates of just raw grapes.
Ophelia takes the raw grape and pops it into her mouth.
It's been a while since you've had a grape, several hundred years, I guess. So yeah, you kind of forget what it's like to eat a grape, but it tastes sweet.
Ophelia tries not to almost giggle because she's not so accustomed to this kind of palate anymore.
I look out towards Ophelia and ask, "How are they?"
Sweet. A little tart, but mostly sweet. See, Ophelia's not into the puns, Zerbeck.
I'll ask, Roland, may I? And motion my hand over to grab a grape as well.
Of course.
Wow, these are really sweet.
So, like I said, fairly small setup, pretty simple.
What got you into winemaking? I don't see a shop, so I'm assuming this is more for a hobby?
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes an ale just doesn't cut it.
Yeah, apparently this is all your town likes to drink.
Ugh, I know.
And Ophelia rolls her eyes.
He follows with an eye roll.
Is this, I guess, are there any possibilities where it's physically draining or
Not really. I mean, I find some enjoyment in the manual labor. Takes my mind off of the craziness that sometimes happens in this town.
Okay, well, we're not really from here, so what's the town like?
I mean, normally it's very lively, as you saw, I think, when you came in. But there are times like this where we have trouble and people tend to then keep to themselves and they need to regain their courage to come out again. I think the last event that happened was definitely the worst, but normally it's just the odd pirate scuffle that spills over into our tiny little port.
That you do.
I'm sorry, say that again.
What is it that you do?
I used to be a fisherman. Once the larger fishing boats came through, it became a little bit harder to keep up. So I just provide for myself now.
Selling wine out of your home?
No, I essentially live off the land.
Ah.
Fish what I need, grow the grapes that I need.
Sounds quite liberating.
It is.
Well, I look to Eldriana. I feel like we shouldn't keep you. Unless, Eldriana, you need to take some notes on winemaking.
Well, I thought it was nice. Kind of a little mini field trip. So, thank you.
You're very welcome.
As I start walking towards the door, I turn around and say, it seems like you're probably physically draining your legs a lot by stomping, and mostly your hands by what I'm unsure about is how you would have injured yourself there. And I point to his neck.
Oh, this was a fishing accident. Yeah.
How did it happen?
Clumsy me. I threw my cast out, wasn't really paying attention, and I just sort of hooked myself on the neck. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. In two separate places with one hook?
Oh, you see, it went in one area and came out the other.
Wow.
Very bad luck.
I'm surprised you're not worse off.
It healed relatively quickly.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, my apologies for my very nosy friend here. I think we'll be on our way now.
I returned the same glare as she had given me before.
Okay. Stop by anytime.
Well, thank you again, and have a good evening.
Farewell. And he sees you to the front door and kind of takes a moment, watches you as you walk away.
Sorry, can I do a perception check before just to decipher if he was telling the truth or not?
Okay, so that'll be insight.
Or sorry, insight. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
God.
So, as before, when you've asked him this question, he seems to be telling the truth.
Because they're.
So, Eldriana, as you're beginning to leave, you can see that your friend Ophelia isn't really with you.
Ophelia?
Yeah. So as you've left the door, you realize that she's not with you anymore.
Okay. I'll look back. Like, has okay, so I've exited the cabin. Is the door closed and she's just not there, or?
Yeah. At this point, yeah, the door is closed. As you look behind you.
Ophelia. I'll raise my voice and call out to her. I'll start searching around the cabin or
So
like nearby the entrance.
Okay. So you look around the entrance. You don't see her in the vicinity of the perimeter necessarily.
Okay. I'll walk towards the back of the cabin.
Okay. Remember that they're like rows of ships that have been shipwrecked and sort of pieced together, kind of like ship townhomes.
Oh.
So it'd take you a while to get around to the back if you did want to do that.
Okay. Never mind. Sorry, the door is closed
Correct.
now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just open the door and just like assumingly that Ophelia is just there, like talking to Roland, and I'll just open the door.
Okay. So you open the door without any warning, and you see Ophelia and Roland in a deep kiss.
Do they notice that I'm there?
Yeah, Roland has noticed and begins to pull away slightly.
My
Ophelia turns around and looks at Eldriana and rolls her eyes.
Sorry, I thought I lost you, Ophelia.
And I smile at Roland and say goodbye. And I turn Eldriana around by the shoulders and just walk her out.
Okay.
Is the door closed now?
Yes, the door is closed and you are both outside together.
Would you like to explain what just happened?
Have you never kissed someone before? Judging by the blush on your cheeks, I probably not. That's cute. That's really cute.
I was unaware you had a history with Roland. I'm
Make
guessing.
it. Sorry.
I'm guessing you are more. You've been more than friends.
We had a good time together.
Mm-hmm. Just a good time.
That gif. Mhm. So,
Well,
when two people like each other, all right, and I start telling Eldriana kind of in a birds and bees fashion of what romance leading up to sexual intercourse is, like very textbook, like grade 7, as I walk with her.
Okay.
I roll my eyes.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know,
bit. It's a bit like it's very annoying for you, Eldriana. Although you don't know how old Ophelia is, you are not exactly a youngin yourself, being several hundred years old yourself of elven blood. So
Oh, and I don't stop. Like I go fully alive.
fully alive. Shit, I forgot about those books.
That brought it all back. Damn.
Alright,
Okay.
alright, it's fine. If you don't want to explain your then don't want to hear a whole lesson. Some of us have been around a couple 100 years old.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Never mind. Let's just go and enjoy the wine. And I'll make my way to the tavern.
Okay. Surbeck, it's hunting time.
Oh, baby. Alright, so I'm going to roll a survival check. See if I can find some tracks. Ooh, 16.
Okay. So you find what appears to be large, broad footprints. Like you can see that there's 3 toes that come to a point on the end. You've seen these tracks before when you hunted the Bastillodon, and these tracks match.
Okay.
You follow them. You can see that there is a small herd, 1 large and 2 small Bastillodons.
How large is the large Bastillodon?
The large one, when you hunted it last time, it was with a pack of orcs, and it provided enough meat for that entire feast.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to go for one of the smaller ones then.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead and make an attack roll. And if it lands, it'll be an automatic crit. And I'll let you do your your full swing of everything.
Okay. Oh my god, no way.
Eve, Teokata, what are you guys doing?
Urbeck's just out killing boar boars.
I was gonna make
fine.
the potion, but I don't remember what I have to like use a modifier wise to do that.
Intelligence. Okay, so the 12s would hit, and obviously the 1 misses. So make your 3 swings with crit. Eve, you wanted to make potions, so you've. How many of the herbs did you guys gather? I think you gathered enough for 2 potions.
I think we got only enough for. Wait, I'm gonna double check.
I think it was 24 herbs total.
I thought it was only 20 because Adriana said she's not doing it.
I think
Golden picked up 4 for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Just gotta chill.
I can only
Okay.
make 1 because it requires 15 to make 1.
Okay.
I would have asked the help of people who are smart to help me make it.
So not Serpec.
No.
Remind me one more time how crits work in your campaign.
So you essentially roll the damage like normal, but you just add the maximum possible damage. So if you're using, I think a Great Maul is 2d6.
Yeah.
So it'd be 2d6 plus your modifiers plus 12.
Gotcha.
I would have asked Ophelia if she was around, but if she wasn't around, then I would have probably asked Teclis, I guess.
Okay. Teclis is in pretty bad shape. He's essentially bedridden. So
I would ask anyone who looks smart.
Cedric.
Okay.
Okay, so you begin. Okay, so let's finish yours off here, Serbec. So you spring out of the bush wielding both of your giant mauls, and as you come crashing down, you manage to pin down the younger of the Bastillodons, landing 3 vicious blows on it, dealing just enough damage to kill it. Because of your savagery and essentially this sneak attack, the larger grabs the smaller one that you didn't attack and begins to wander off. Well, not wander, but run off.
Alright, I'm gonna let out a ferocious roar.
Okay. So you roar loudly, and you can almost hear it echo into the distance. Those of you that aren't in the forest, you actually hear it in the port itself.
Do I
Eve,
hear it?
You do, yeah. You hear it echoing through the forest into the town.
Do I recognize that it's his voice?
Yeah, you assume it's Serbec.
And I run in.
Okay, so you make your way towards the roar, and you see Serbec gathering up this small Bastillodon.
I would be basically just putting my spit through it at this point, so that way I
Right.
can carry it and then put it directly on top of a fire once I get to the beach.
Okay.
Oh. I thought you needed help.
Oh no, Serbec just fine dinner.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just walk back with him.
Serbec would tell a war story on the way back.
Oh God, it's been a while.
I'm gonna roll to see how entertaining
Okay.
it is at disadvantage. Not one.
You're pretty tired from the entire event here, trying to take down this beast all by yourself. So you don't get many words strung together.
Yes, it seems like you're pretty tired. You can tell me that story again next time.
Okay. Serbec will just laugh the rest of the way.
All the way back to them.
Yeah, Chardy chuckles.
All right, Eve, you employ the help of Cedric to make these potions. How did you want
What's
to do
his
this?
modifier?
He's got a plus 8.
Yay! I made a
There.
water breathing potion.
There you go. Hardy and farty. Okay, so Yop, Serbec, Adriana, and Ophelia, if I'm not mistaken. You all have made your way back to the tavern, correct?
I would have gone to the beach to
Oh, you went to the beach.
to cook.
Okay. So Yop is with you then.
Mhm.
Okay. So you make your way to the beach. And you can see that the sun is just beginning to hang low in the sky as you set up your little area on the sands. You can see Charles is working away on the boat as well.
I would say, "Hey, pirate man!"
His head kind of pokes up over the ledge of the ship. Hey, mate.
Come to tavern after. Have some meat for you.
Sounds good. I'll see you there in a bit.
Okay. And I'm gonna light the fire and start roasting this thing.
Okay. Ophelia and Adriana, where were you headed after Roland's?
I'd be heading to the tavern.
Okay. Cool. Ophelia, I assume the same?
Yeah, I'd be following Adriana since I'm sure he'll try to pry information out of me or something.
Okay. Eve, after you make the potion, you can head to the tavern to grab some food. You do hear Bragrick hard at work. You can hear that at this point he's begun the construction of the device. You know that previously he had a bit of a snag and he had to start over. Okay, yeah. So Rick's got standards now when it comes to cooking.
He's a Michelin star chef now.
Exactly. All right, so Ophelia, actually the women, Ophelia, Eve, and Adriana, you all make your way into the tavern simultaneously. And you can see that there are several patrons that have gathered around in various areas. Let's get some proper music. Of the patrons that are there, you can see that one of them has a table, and you can see Jasper with his missing hand at one of the tables.
I sit beside Jasper.
I go to get some food.
Okay. Adriana?
Also with Jasper as well.
Okay. Let's do the food first. So you approach the barkeep who's behind the counter. Hello, love. What can I get for you?
Hello, Delilah. It's so nice to see you. I
Oh,
would
nice
like
to see you too.
get some libations and some grub, if you will.
Okay. What would you like? We have a few more options today.
What are your new options?
Well, we had some more fish. As you know, we love our fish here. But we also picked up some pork, so we have some roasted pork as well.
It's been so long since I've had roasted pork. I'll take that and some libations.
So would you like some pork and an ale?
That'll be perfect.
Okay.
Be pork fat.
Oh boy.
Ophelia
We
did
will
not
still
say
have
that.
some scallops.
No, actually, we've run out of the scallops.
You know what? Maybe I'll do something kind of like a surf and turf, like some steak and fish.
So you want some pork and fish?
Ew.
It's poor man's surf and turf.
That sounds lovely.
Okay, fantastic. That'll be 1 silver piece, please.
Perfect. I give her 1 silver.
Okay, Pollock pork chops. Jesus. Okay, so she eventually comes with the food. Ophelia, Eldriana, you sit at Jasper's table, and you can see that the other 2 gentlemen are there too, and they kind of give you a snarl as you sit down. Jasper will look to the both of you and say, "Are you lost?"
I don't know. What do you think? Are we lost, Ophelia?
You're muted.
Fuck, it was muted. I look to Jasper and Adriana. I'm sorry. Do we have this hostility towards each other now? I thought we were in the clear. I thought we were buddies.
Sorry, out of game. Who's Jasper again?
Oh my god. So Jasper is. He used to be an old crewman or crew buddy of Charles, and you can see that he is missing his right hand. In your previous encounter with him, he mentioned that a vampire pirate by the name of Luther shot his hand off, and he blames Charles for it.
I don't give him the option to answer that, and I try to signal for Delilah and get some ales at the table.
How many you want, dearie?
There's 5 of us in total at this
Yeah.
table?
Yeah.
I just put up my hand with the 5 so she can see it without me having to yell it to her.
Okay. So she walks away. Where's your buddy? Where's Charles?
Probably on a boat somewhere. You seem to have the illusion that we're joined at the hip.
I've only offered you fair warning. The rest is up to you.
Tell me more about that day. I want to hear it from you. And not just snarky jabs towards each other, but you seem to believe that he did you wrong.
He
And
holds up his.
I shift my body so I'm looking directly at him.
He holds up his right hand where the stump is now. Well, if this happened to you, you wouldn't think to blame someone?
I mean, yes, of course. I'm actually quite fond of all my limbs, but in your kind of line of work, accidents happen and it's a quite dangerous job. You wouldn't be called a pirate if you didn't have those kind of caliber of jobs.
That is fair, I suppose. So, here we are. You said you want me to share my side of the story. What more do you want to know?
Where did it go wrong?
It went wrong when we arrived and we were in the wrong spot. We were led to believe that the wreckage below us was in fact the place we were looking for. And
When you say we, do you mean Charles as well?
yep, of course.
Okay.
He's the one who led us there.
So what you're telling me is that Charles alongside with you was
No.
led differently.
Let's get this straight. Charles was the captain of the ship.
Uh-huh.
We went where he led us. So when we got there and it was in the right spot, this crazy ship turned up.
But did Charles not believe that he was in the correct spot? Why would he lead you to your demise?
Well, I suppose. Sorry about that. So I suppose he thought he knew where he was going. He probably thought we were in the right spot, but I mean, he took the job. This crazy, and like I said, this crazy ship turned up. Charles started talking to this crazed looking pirate, red, crazy eyes. And
You remember that conversation?
it's kind of hard to look past the undead that were aboard the ship as well. But Charles seemed to be pretty close, pretty close to the men. And when he broke the bad news to him, things went pear-shaped.
When Charles broke the bad news to the red-eyed man?
Yep.
Was a job from this red-eyed man?
I can only imagine.
Did you confront him about his relationship with him?
Of course.
What came out of that?
I mean, I don't know how well you know Charles, but he basically told us that when work comes in difficult times, we have to take it, no matter who it's from.
Life of a pirate, I hear.
Again, fair enough.
So it sounds like you both were pretty fucked. Except maybe a little more you, since you lost your hand, but... didn't seem like an intentional thing.
You trying to stand up for him?
No, just relaying facts. Have you seen him again? The red-eyed man, not...
No. Prefer not to see that man again, if possible.
Doesn't have a great demeanor. Got that right.
At this point, obviously, Delilah has come back with your ales, 5 of them, and Jasper has been slowly drinking it during this conversation.
Well, to vulnerable and honest conversations, and I pick up my pint to kind of like give him a cheers.
He cheers you back. At this point, Sir Beck and Yope have made their way into the tavern. And you see that Ophelia and Eldriana are sitting at a table with the man that was shit-talking Charles the day previous.
Surbeck's gonna ring the dinner bell, and by that I mean he's gonna clap 2 mulls together a few times and yell, "Dinner time!"
I thought you were gonna say you're gonna clap your ass.
I've been doing that.
Carry on.
Surbeck, carry on.
Oh, dinner time. Get me a big ale cake, please. And I'm gonna set down the meat for anybody who wants any. And I'm gonna take one and sit down.
Mhm.
Are we allowed to bring our own food in this tavern?
You have no
doesn't
idea.
care.
Surbeck.
I guess I'll try a piece. Is there any other tables that we can?
Yeah, there's a few open tables. You can see that some of the townsfolk have wandered over to see what the heck is going on. And Delilah comes out with a large barrel of ale. It'll be 8 gold pieces.
Sorry, Liz was tapping my back. I'll give her 8 gold pieces.
Okay.
Wait, for what? We brought our own food.
For the ale.
I got
Oh,
an
okay.
entire keg of ale.
I'll just stick with the Surbeck meal for now.
Okay. It's a barrel. It's not just a keg. It's like a full-on barrel.
Oh, okay, that's even more perfect.
Yeah, she needed a few people helping her to bring it over.
Okay, well, Surbeck will. Is there like a hole at the top? Like,
Yeah, there's an area to pour and serve yourself.
Okay, I'm just gonna like pour that directly into my mouth.
Okay.
I'll offer some to anybody who wants any.
Okay. So, you're all at the tavern as Brackrick works away. Eve, you had your pork chop, your pollock and pork chops, and as you were enjoying your meal, Surbeck bursts through the door with several pieces of what looks like steaks of some sort, made from a beast that you guys have eaten recently.
Oh,
And-
Sorbic, you will have like such yummy delights there. May I try it?
Of course. Also have some ale, and I'll pour her a mug.
I try it. Is
Okay.
it good?
Yeah, you rolled pretty well. You rolled a 19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the taste of it is even better than the taste you had back when you were feasting with the orc clan. Mainly because Surbeck was the only one involved in cooking this, whereas previously he was teaching and showing those orcs how to enjoy, the finer culinary arts instead of just, eating and wolfing everything down. So yeah, as you eat, the Surbeck delights, Surbeck's becoming quite the cook amongst your group. Charles will walk through the tavern and make his way straight for your table, Surbeck. Hey, mate, is this the feast you promised me?
It sure is. Also ale.
I knew I liked you. He sits down and allows you to pour him a glass because he ain't lifting that thing. You can see that as he's eating, he's keeping a close eye on Jasper. And I'm assuming, Ophelia, you've left that table at this point? Same thing with you, Eldriana?
I would have stuck around.
Okay. So you can see he's keeping an eye out in that general direction as he noticed you over at the table.
Sorry, who's noticed us?
Charles.
Ah. Do we notice him coming in?
Sure do.
Oh. I look at Jasper. Is he like upset upset? Does he seem like taken aback, or what's his reaction?
He's just trying to keep to himself at this point. Enjoy his ale that Ophelia has grabbed for you guys.
So your buddies here, have you been with them for long? I looked towards them. I didn't quite catch your name.
You can see that they're not the talkative type, and as you've turned to sort of get their names, they grab their steins and they come up as they make their way to the exit.
Ophelia laughs.
They don't like people. They spend most of their lives at sea. They don't talk much. But yeah, I've been with them quite a bit of time. Loyal bunch.
Trust them.
I would say so.
That's good. Can't lose another hand.
He begins to close his eyes narrowly at you.
Oh, I mean that as no disrespect. I'm just saying I'm sure you trusting them is a feat in itself. I know I would be hesitant of people.
Yeah. Just certain people I don't trust. As he turns his head, you can see he's giving a sideways glance over in Charles' direction.
I look and say, ah, yes. Quite pointed. You're good with your subtleties. And I laugh.
I am not a subtle man. But look, you look like a good bunch. And I'd hate to see another group get hurt like this. So if you are going to be venturing out with Prince Charles, you should be careful.
Thank you.
He'll get up and begin to make his way out.
I make my way over to the table that Charles is at.
So as Jasper is walking out, the two of them at some point catch each other's gaze, and Charles kind of watches him as he leaves the tavern. And then as he does, at this point you've moved in towards the table, and his head turns and he kind of sees you coming up. Oh, hello, love.
Hello.
How are you? Keeping Jasper company, I see.
Well, he's full of stories, and I was curious.
Stories, huh?
Quite talkative once you get him going.
Is he?
Yeah.
Was he drunk?
I don't think so. I did, however, buy him a pint, but I don't think that was enough to get him drunk at least.
We should have some of this food. Your friend here produced quite a feast.
I look at the food. Is it anything that Ophelia would?
It's meat.
Yeah. It's a little on the heavier side for me. So I'm not the weird one who's just not eating anything. I try to find the smallest of pieces of things.
Okay. Yeah, you find an area that looks like you can tear a piece off. And yeah, between the well-cooked nature and well-seasoned, Cerbec's famous allspice seasoning, it's pretty good.
I nod in surprise. So, I saw you earlier today. You looked fairly busy getting ships ready and doing ship type things.
Yep, just getting the old ship ready to go. You said you needed a few days to take off, right?
Yeah, I look and I don't see Bragrick, right?
Correct, yeah. He's still working away.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you met him. And I start to describe a short, stout-looking, Bragrick.
Of course. Yep.
Just waiting on him to finish a couple things.
What kind of things?
He likes to tinker, and once he gets his mind on a project, he likes to finish it before he leaves. Smart one, that one.
Seemed like it. I just figured, you lot wanted to take off as soon as possible.
Oh, absolutely, but when he gets in his head. And I take a sip of my ale.
Okay. All right. Well, here whenever you're ready. As he kind of gives you a half smile.
Everyone else just eating.
Yep.
We're just awkwardly ignoring the conversation. What's the menu for this place again? Or is Surbeck literally feast time?
Feast time.
It's
Oh,
basically
okay.
feast time. The menu has improved slightly, but it's gone from ale to ale and fish to ale, fish, and pork. So it's a slow progression as the stocks begin to increase here.
All right, all right.
What time of day is it?
It's about 7.
Alright. Bragrick needed an additional day after tomorrow?
I believe
Or was it done by end of day tomorrow?
end of day tomorrow would be the end of the construction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking like 9 to 5 kind of end of day, or?
No, he's essentially working. He's working all the time.
Okay.
Throughout the night, all day long.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. What else did you guys want to do?
After eating, I would have bathed, and then I think I would rest it not in the tavern, but at Cedric's, I guess.
Okay.
I'll set up my tent and my setup.
Okay. I will say it is a bit late now, but I will say that you remember that the blacksmith has your blades.
Oh yes, I would go get my weapons at the blacksmith.
So we'll do that first thing in the morning, as it is a bit too late right now.
Okay.
Okay. So what are the rest of you doing? You just gonna call it early, or was there any other things you wanted to take care of?
When it seems like a reasonable time to, head to bed, I do so in the tavern.
Okay.
Speaking of doing so, Surbeck will approach Ophelia and say, Surbeck here, that you make sewing needle things.
Huh?
He's gonna pull out his 2 bedrolls. Can you make this one?
DM, I'm sure, due to my past life, let's call it, I'm familiar
Yes.
with how to sew. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. I would know how long that would take me to do. How
It would-
long would that take me to do?
It would take at least 2 hours.
I look at Surbeck. I don't have the materials. Get me the materials, and I'll do it on the ship.
Okay, what you need?
Not trusting Cerbik to get me a fucking fencing knife or sword as a needle. I take out a piece of parchment and write down exactly what the supplies I need, and
Okay.
I hand it to Cerbik. Buy these things.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need a sewing kit, essentially.
Yeah.
All right, I'll find one tomorrow. In the meantime, I'll go outside and sleep underneath my 2 separated bedrolls.
Okay. Okay. Teokata, Yop, Eldriana,
Sleepy time.
sleepy time.
I'll
Yop.
head. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
me
head to my
too.
room.
Okay. All right. So, where are you guys staying for the night?
Outside the tavern.
Not you. Ophelia, I know you're in the tavern. Eldriana, where are you staying?
I'm gonna stay at the tavern as well.
Teokata and Yop.
Is there enough room for everyone in the tavern?
Yeah, you guys all spent the night at the tavern previously. Tonight, though, Eve is going back to the workshop. She's going to spend the night there after she baits.
What's
Sure,
happening
yeah,
at the
I'll stay there.
workshop, dude? Is that where Bragrick is hanging out?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, he's just working away. Okay, cool. So, those of you that have stayed at the tavern, just go ahead and mark off 5 copper pieces for the night's stay. And we'll get right to morning. So, I know that there's a few elves in the group. Do the elves want to do anything prior to sunrise?
Yes. I think my character would want to just try and make some more some more poisons.
Okay, so you're going to try to make poisons with what you have, or are you going to go out to look for things?
Or actually, no, I want to make a hag's brew.
Okay, that one you have all the materials you need, right?
Yeah, I'm using my own blood as
Right.
part of it.
Right. Okay. So you can go ahead and do that. Teokata and Eldriana, are you just chilling, waiting for sunrise?
Yeah, I think I'll just go to my closest window and just meditate in my
Sounds
room.
good. Cool. Okay. So at this point, sun rises. Those of you that have stayed at the tavern, you can hear the gentle sounds of the birds chirping through your windows. Eve, as you come up from the lower levels of the workshop, you can see that Bragrick is getting very close. You suspect that he's going to be finished the launcher by the end of the night, and you'll be able to set sail for Ulthwan tomorrow. However, you do see that Maka is tending to Teclis, who is essentially asleep on the makeshift cot that they've prepared for him.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive. He's just not looking very good. Very pale in the face, and you can see that the skin is beginning not wrinkle, but you can almost see that it's starting to dry up, and you can see minor cracks.
Hello, Nicholas.
No answer.
You're hungry? Do you need nourishment? You're looking bare.
No answer.
Put my fingers to his pulse. I guess his pulse to see if he's kicking.
Yeah, he's still alive. The pulse is faint, but he's still kicking.
Nicholas, you need to wake up. You need to eat. You're looking so thin.
He's been like this all night.
Have you fed him? He looks very, very thin.
He does not need food. He needs magic.
But has anyone fed him? I don't remember him eating.
He has eaten.
Well, looks like Bragreg is having much success. Hopefully he can hold out till tomorrow.
And then the several days' journey to Ulthwan.
You can make it. He's old and strong. Out of game, did they make the machine to transfer the magic over?
What was that? Out of
Did
game?
Did they make the machine to transfer the magic over to him?
No, they don't have those skills. Maka and or Cedric.
No, I was thinking Bragreg.
No, Bragrick's been working on the launcher for the harpoon.
Unless you know, Mecca, of a way to transfer your magic or someone's magic over to Nicholas.
I could do it. Would give him enough time to make it to Ulthwan, but I would be essentially useless if we were to get into a fight against Amanar.
It looks like we might have solved the problem with the device that Bragreg is making. But regardless, I will tell the group of what is happening. We need this man to survive the travels.
I will do my best. When it is time, perhaps everyone should gather here and we can begin the ritual.
Like, I'll let them know.
Okay, thank you.
After I'm done making that hag's brew, I would go to the tavern for breakfast, but also to tell them what's going on.
Okay. So you see everyone's in the tavern at this point. There's no food provided by the tavern, as you know, it's a tavern. And they don't serve anything unless you want pork and fish for breakfast. And so you see everyone sitting around at the table, sort of preparing for the day.
I tell them about how Teclis may not make the journey unless Magus has over it, and Magus says she'd be willing to do it, and we need to be back tonight to do the ritual, and also that Brown is making much success, and we can probably embark tomorrow.
Okay.
Surbeck's gonna be eating leftover meat.
All right.
You're just gonna be eating leftover.
And also drinking leftover ale.
There's quite a bit of ale left in that barrel, so
Surbeck will be sipping on it throughout the day.
okay. Just carry it on your back in the journey to come. All right, so Eve, I assume you want to go pick up your weapons.
I am going to pick up my weapon.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
I would be looking for the sewing kit and also some vegetables.
Okay. The sewing kit, you make your way to the general store that you visited previously.
I knock on the door.
Come in, come in.
Hello, me again.
Oh, hello. What can I do for you, big fella?
I'll pull out the parchment that Ophelia gave me. Need this, please.
I see. You need a sewing kit. Let me see what I have here. Begins sorting through the mess of things. It's Alchemist the Alchemist. Give me 5 gold pieces, please.
Alright. I'll give him 5 gold pieces and then Sorbeck is like, it's so tiny.
Yes, I assume it's not for you, so whoever's using it is probably regular size for them.
Thank you. Where can Sorbeck find some vegetables?
What are you looking for in particular?
Potato, carrot, things like that.
Well, the only one I know that has a private stash is Roland.
Does Sorbeck know who that is, or was he?
He does not. So the shopkeeper gives you directions to Roland's.
All right, I'll make my way over there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Who was that? Oh, it was Eldrian.
Yeah.
So Eve, you.
I'm putting money that her laptop died because that's like the #1 strategy. But yeah.
It's okay. She's got time to come back. Eve, you make your way to the blacksmith's, and you can see that he's got several items on a desk. And as he sees you come in, oh, hello. I got your order here.
Perfect.
And he hands you the blades. These are pretty interesting.
Yes, it was interesting how I got them as well. Tough battle.
Well, I hate to see what the other one looks like. Here's your order. Did you pay? I can't remember if you paid up front or not. What was that?
I paid up front.
Okay. And here is the order for your friend, if you wouldn't mind dropping him off. And he hands you, looks like 10 metal casings for the grenades that Bragrick wants to eventually develop.
Perfect. And while I'm here, I was hoping I can actually sell you something else. I thought I might need it, but honestly not really. It's just taking up some space.
What did you have?
Would you help in to... Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm not used to parting with such things. I changed my mind.
Okay. No problem.
Actually, maybe... Hold on. Would you care to have this razor?
A razor?
Yes, a razor.
Like a razor blade?
The razor we found with those elves, those dwarves that I threatened with the razor.
Oh, like the butchering tools?
Yeah. I found a razor. There were 2 dwarves in some sort of dark place, and I threatened their balls with the razor.
I don't have use for such tools normally. So no,
Get
not
a
really.
nice clean shave, you know?
I'm okay, but thank you.
No problem. And I'll go to then the general store to get rid of this razor.
Okay.
I guess I go there. I would talk to the guy.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way in.
Oh,
Jesus. Oh my god. Hello. Sorry, you're like killing my ears with your blanket.
sorry. I forgot to offer something before last time. I so silly. I would like to sell this razor.
Let me take a look. Begins to look it over. Well, it's only a piece of a set. I would need the other grooming tools, so how's one silver piece?
I'll take it.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Also, do you happen to sell herbs here?
No, sorry.
Do you happen to know someone who can sell herbs here?
Depends on what you're looking for.
I have done much scavenging, but I grow rather tired of it. I'm hoping I can go to a place that provides the right herbs.
Which herb are you looking for?
Maruera, Healwell, I think one called Paragon.
Well, I know Healwell and Marueta you can find just outside these doors pretty simply. When you said Paragon, did you mean Pargen?
Yeah, that one. I'm still getting used to calling it that.
That one's very rare. Definitely no one sells that.
Worth trying to ask. Okay.
Is that all of you?
Thanks for the chatter. I will go now. Nice to see you.
You're so far underwater. It's so fun. I was looking for that thumbs up. Oh my god. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna spend the rest of the day then, looking for Healwells and Marueras.
Okay, what's the rest of y'all doing?
Trying to find vegetables.
You're heading towards Roland's. Yope, what are you doing?
I'm still in the tavern, right?
Yep.
I guess I'll just have some breakfast. I'm still pretty hungry from not eating for like 2 or 3 days. So
Wait, you didn't eat at the feast last night?
no, I did, but like
Oh, okay.
from the few sessions ago.
Gotcha.
I'll just have. Oh, I lose my exhaustion. That's good.
Mhm.
One more ration for me, and then I think I'll be good to go.
Okay, so you're just gonna use your own ration?
Mm.
Okay. Teokata, anything you wanted to do in particular?
Nothing specific.
Okay. I'd ask Eldriana, but she's trying to figure out her computer, I guess. Okay, Sirbeck, you follow the directions from the shopkeeper, and you're at the location you believe to be Roland's house.
I'm gonna knock.
So with heavy thud, you see a man open the door. You can see that he's wearing, relatively common clothing. He's got an apron in one hand as he's probably going to start working on a bit of winemaking again today. He kind of looks right up at you, having to look up to meet your gaze. Hello, good sir.
Hello, me Surbeck. Are you, Roland?
I am. What can I do for you, Surbeck?
Someone told me you have potatoes, you have carrots, maybe you have celery.
Potatoes and carrots I have. Celery, no.
Can Surbeck buy some?
Sure can. How much are you looking for?
Surbeck's gonna pull out his giant pot filled with bones and make a
Filled with
rough
bones?
calculation of how many he would need and say,
Okay.
dozen potatoes, 2 dozen carrot.
Okay. I think I can accommodate that. Why don't you come in?
Surbeck will come in.
You come in and you have to, like, the ceiling is at an uncomfortable height for you, as you know it's not built for a hulking black orc to be inside.
I'll squat.
He'll head towards his back room area where you can see the winemaking equipment is set up, and he begins to pull forth crates of some vegetables. Okay, so you said you needed 2 dozen carrots?
Yes, please.
He pulls out 2 dozen carrots and as he puts them into your pot. And then you said a dozen potatoes.
Maybe you better make that 2 dozen too.
Okay, no problem. As he then pulls out 2 dozen potatoes. Altogether, let's just call that 1 silver piece.
Okay. I'll take the silver shiny and give it to him. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Surbeck will leave and make his way back to the beach. And
Okay.
basically I'm just gonna make a soup with the bones and the vegetables and stuff.
Okay.
And some spices.
All right. You make your way back to the beach, and you can see that Charles is still sort of just working away on the boat, but he is the only boat in the harbor currently.
Surbeck will wave.
He'll give you a wave back as he kind of pokes his head up above. Back to work, hey mate.
Yeah, I need to start dinner early. A stew of this complexity needs many hours for flavor.
Well, when it's close to done, let me know. I'd like to be your guinea pig.
Of course. Maybe you watch pot when Surbeck not here. Make sure no stew bandits come.
I think I can do that.
Okay, thank you. And Surbeck will get started with the stew, and then his plan is to look for more of those capybaras.
Okay.
And every hour he'll probably go check for capybaras, come back, check the soup, go for capybaras, check the soup until dinner time.
Okay, cool. We can just get that out of the way now, I think. Why don't you give me 4 rolls for the capybaras, and then during that time, Charles will just take over watching your stew.
Okay, so I got a 24, and that's the only one that's going to pass, so I'm going to roll d4. And I found 4 more.
Okay. Cool. Yup. Were you doing anything during this time?
Where is everyone else at? I know
Everyone's
Surbeck's
kind
in
of-
the beach.
Yeah, everyone's kind of spread out. Oh, nice. Everyone's sort of spread out. Ophelia is notably missing, as she didn't come down from her room when you guys were having breakfast. And you know where Broderick is. He's still hard at work. And Eve went out to the blacksmith and general store, etc.
I'll
Ended
just stay
up
in the
searching for items afterwards too.
Right.
tavern, and while I'm in the tavern, I just sort of pull out my paladin amulet and just sort of contemplate about what I should do to look for my master. Sort of just recite my oaths again, and yeah, just sort of plan on what I'm gonna say to my master if I do find him, and tell him about what happened about the books.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of clutch your symbol. Doing this previously granted you a bit of comfort, as you were in a tough place previously, having lost the books and having felt like you failed. And you kind of contemplate, what you're going to say when you finally meet with Gareth. And I'd say you spend, a large majority of the afternoon sort of in thought. Ophelia,
Yes.
what are you doing today?
I will mosey out of my bedroom and does this tavern have like a bathhouse?
It does not, no.
I know.
Eve has been showering and bathing basically at the beaches or close to the water.
Okay, that's not gonna fly with Ophelia. I'm gonna go find Delilah.
Easy enough.
Hi, so
Hi.
don't mean to trouble you while you're busy. If I would like to bathe, where could I find such a place?
Well, your options are fairly limited here, my dear. As I mentioned to your friend, there isn't really anywhere close by. And frankly, as a woman, it's a bit strange, but there are some secluded areas where you can find clean water. She kind of gives you directions into areas of the forest that have like a fresh water supply.
I would know if someone in this type of town would have their own type of bathing quarters, correct? Like I would be able to tell because it wouldn't look so run down, essentially.
From your just from you looking around, you can't tell the current quality of the interiors of these homes. But being inside of Roland's estate and sort of knowing Roland's caliber of person, he only had an area to do the business, never to clean up.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, obviously, from the places you've given me, which one are you the most comfortable going? I'm assuming this is what you also do?
My spot's a bit secret. I don't want to share it.
Understandable. I would like to at least find a place that you don't commonly recommend to every single person that walks into your tavern. I smile sweetly at her.
Give me a persuasion check.
Yeah. Oh, what's going to be really good? 26.
Okay. I'll tell you what, dear. I'll give you the location of my spot. She begins to jot down general directions. It seems a bit further, but she does describe it to be relatively clean and very nice in the sense that it's very private. There's a lot of coverage around, and there is a small waterfall.
Ooh. Ophelia's very excited.
Just promise you don't share it with anyone else.
Oh, absolutely. Would never. Who would I share it with? And I tip her 3 gold and say thank you.
Thank you.
And I immediately make my way there.
Welcome back, Eldriana. Teokata, was there anything you wanted to do for the remainder of the day?
I don't really have anything in mind, but
Okay.
if something comes up, I'll let you know.
All right, Eldriana, you're the last one.
I'll go down and have something for breakfast.
Were you having from your own stash, or were you going to order from the tavern?
I'll order from the tavern.
Okay. The options were limited, as you remember from last night. It was just essentially pork and fish, and obviously ale.
Okay, I'll just have fish.
Okay.
And I'll use like a part of my portion from like from my bag.
What are you doing with it? Sorry.
Sorry?
You kind of cut out. What are you doing with the portion of your bag?
I'm just going to use one, like have maybe half of one of my like snacks or called like half of one of my portion size meals.
So half a ration.
Yes.
And then you're gonna order fish from the tavern.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you can mark off 5 copper pieces for the fish.
Okay.
So you kind of cut out. So you've had your breakfast. Everyone's had an opportunity to do something from this time to about dinner. So I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to do other than eat. Eve, I'm not sure if you heard, but Eve had a conversation with Maka, and she was kind of describing the state that Teclis was in, and that he is in dire need of magic. And when we were ready for us to conduct the ritual, she was willing to give up her power, so then he would survive, and obviously survive the journey to Ulthwan. So let me know if there's anything else you'd want to do. Otherwise, we can just keep going.
I was gonna look for some stuff in the woods, like for Margaras and heal wells. Should I roll for that now?
Yeah, I wanted to do all of that together because Cervec's also doing that.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what Eldriana wants to do. I just want to get her caught up because she disconnected for a bit.
Actually, I'll go seek Maka as well.
Okay. Yeah, so she's at the workshop, so you head over that way. Let's before we do that, Eldriana, let's get the survival checks out of the way then. So Surbek, you rolled a nat 20 on the stew, so that stew is going to be hella good.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go back and forth between cooking and searching. So I said 4 previously, so go ahead and give me 4 survival checks and let me know what you're looking for in terms of which herb. Eve, you're going to be able to do the same, but you'll be able to do 6 times. So again, roll it and just let me know what you're looking for each roll.
I already did this.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
let me know.
only
What
found 4. So if you can, I would just Surbek would just give the herbs to you, so you can add 4 to what you have.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I was looking for capybaras.
Which is the Marawera. That's for the water breathing.
Well, I would do the first 3 tomorrow. No, the last 3.
The last 3 is heal well?
Yeah.
Okay. You're underwater again.
First 3 as Maru Era, and last 3 as Heal Wells.
Okay. Okay. So you got 1 more of the Marawera. Oh, just missed it. Okay, so the next ones are heal well. Nice.
If it's a nat 20, would I be able to double the amount?
No.
Damn.
You
Okay.
really found them.
So you find a few more. I think you should have enough now for a second potion.
I can make another push.
Okay. All right. So Eldriana, you make your way back to Fabian's workshop, where you can see Cedric and Maka sort of working out what they can do for Teclis.
I'll walk over to Maka, greet her, tell her it's nice to see her again.
It's nice to see you too. Although I wish it was under different circumstances.
Likewise. I was wondering though, Maka, I'm not sure if you're aware, but just thought I would ask, perhaps close friend. Do you know about what I can do underwater?
I had a feeling your mother was one of us, and you see what we can do. So, yeah, I mean, I had a feeling.
So you wouldn't have any suggestions as I begin to hone my abilities?
I mean, I guess the question is, what are your abilities?
And I tell her.
Yep, that you control water and able to swim faster, etc. I mean, swimming faster is common, I think. Holding your breath, obviously, common, but what is uncommon is the ability to control the waters. Can you explain?
Well, I can, and I describe. I use the example of when we were with the last encounter we had, and how I created uh, how I control the water to create a space in the
Mhm.
middle.
Do you tell her about hearing the voices?
Um, yeah, I'll tell her what I've been hearing. Um, it's strange. I feel like my grandfather has been trying to speak to me, but even though he's no longer physically here,
Your grandfather being the god of the seas, Mathlan. My princess, I don't know what to say. I, you are part god.
my question is why was I unaware or not told earlier? Why now?
Probably to keep you safe. Such a breed of species is extremely rare.
Safe from what?
Judging by the events of what's been going on, I would imagine from people who wish to use your power. We've seen what Archon did to me, and your previous encounters with Luther, Harkon, and Aranessa. I can only imagine what they had planned for you.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, thank you, Marka. Um, again, it's nice having a good friend here.
You're welcome. If there's anything else you need, let me know. If you start growing a fin and some flippers, don't be alarmed as she gives you a bit of a chuckle.
Okay. I'll I'll like half like take her serious or like chuckle, but at the same time like not know if she's actually serious.
All right. Eve, with the help of Surbeck, you've gathered up a bunch more of these Marwero roots.
I would enlist the help of Cedric again.
Okay.
Help me make this.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is mod +8.
Yes, +8. All right, so you've successfully brewed another water breathing potion. So go ahead and mark off the herbs that you did find. Okay, so you've all had general activities that you've done throughout the morning and afternoon. And it's come dinner time once again. As Surbeck, you begin making your way to the tavern with your pot of stew. I'm assuming everyone is also making their way in that direction from their various points.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, we'll make our ways over.
Okay.
Well, I'll make my way over.
Alrighty, so you guys make your way. You find Surbeck with a large pot of stew, and even from the distance you're at, the smell is amazing. As he makes his way into the tavern, you're all just in behind him, and he sets up, I guess, in in the middle again, Surbeck.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put the pot down and clap my malls and go, dinner time!
Okay. So with the somewhat familiar clapping of malls together, clapping of butt cheeks, Surbeck yells out dinner time. And Delilah will provide the cutlery, plates, bowls, etc. to fulfill this feast. I will say that since you rolled a 20, having eaten from the feast, I'm assuming everyone is eating from it, I will give you all 1d8 extra hit points for the day. This will carry over for one full day.
Damn, Surbeck's out here like Chef Ramsay.
So we like roll it and then like
Yeah, just roll a d8 and add the total to your maximum and to your current hit points.
last for one day.
Yeah, just for the day.
Gosh.
We stab with our rolls.
Well, you rolled double what Yope rolled. At this point, Charles will come in and grab himself a bowl. So, how do we do, big fella?
Best thing Surbeck ever eat.
Smells delightful.
I'm also gonna take out the gigantic barrel of ale and start pouring glasses.
Okay. Okay. So, cups of ale, bowls of stew. You guys fill your bellies nice and full. I will say that Golden will grab an ale and a bowl and bring it to Bragrick, since poor guy hasn't really had much time to enjoy the festivities that you guys have had. So let me roll this now and let him know what he has.
Oh, baby.
Okay, Jesus Christ. All right. So another day has come to an end. Bragrick eventually joins you all at the tavern as he's completed the work, and the launcher is finally ready. Was there anything else you wanted to do today?
Oh, Surbeck would have given Ophelia
The sewing kit.
sewing kit, but not the bedrolls because I'm going to use it tonight.
Gotcha.
I put it in my bag of holding.
So, do we head out tomorrow, love? As he looks to you, Ophelia.
Oh, I thought he was talking to Surbeck.
Do I know the status of Bragrick?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's all said and done, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow it is.
Very good. Bright and early?
Yeah. Is everything set and ready on your end?
Yep. We're good to go.
Alright.
So make sure you're all set. It's a few days' journey to Ulthwan. Granted, we don't run into any issues along the way.
What time of day is this?
At this point, it's, I'd say, about 10.
Okay. Alright, boys and girls. Tomorrow it is.
Oh my god.
Whoa,
That was
the
a new
worst
one.
yet.
That literally scared me. I jumped out of my seat. Jesus.
But before we go, we need to visit Dicklist.
Oh my god.
We got to replenish him.
Do you have a plan for that?
I mentioned it earlier. We need to go to Maka, and she's going to conduct a ritual to transfer her energy into him so he won't die on the travel. We need to visit her after we eat. We have to eat very fast.
Tonight? You want to do this tonight?
She said we have to do it tonight. They said it is in the morning.
Surbeck's gonna start eating directly out of the pot to expedite the eating process.
You had this planned. Why didn't you do this earlier?
We have to do it tonight.
Okay. I look
Okay.
to Charles. Well, hopefully one of us is at least well rested for tomorrow.
I'm sure we'll find enough time for rest. As for me, I am turning in. See you all in the morning. You know where to find me.
I nod.
As Charles makes his way up into his room at the tavern. Okay, so I'm assuming you're all heading back towards the workshop?
Yeah, as soon as the stew's done, Surbeck will go.
Okay. Alrighty. So you finish off your stew, and you all head back to the workshop. There you see Cedric kind of nodding off, and Maka just contemplating on what she should do next.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
It's getting bad.
We're here to do the ritual. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready, but I think you all need to make a choice here. I have enough magic to either sustain Teclis for a guaranteed amount of time that we can make it to Ulthwan, or, and I say or because I don't like the idea of relying on a single shot to kill this beast. I could imbue the harpoon. Essentially, if the harpoon were to miss and not hit Emanar in his underbelly or soft areas of his body, that at least the harpoon would act like a lightning rod, causing attacks against that area to at least inflict damage upon the beast. As I said, the choice is yours.
It would be Adriana who would wield this, correct?
The harpoon launcher would need to be fired by someone who you know is good at range, basically. So yes,
Okay, so it could-
Eldriana would be
Yeah.
your number one choice.
Sorry, what was that?
You're gonna be firing the harpoon.
Because you are our competent
Ranger.
person.
Oh.
We only have one harpoon, right? So, like one shot, then it's like either lost or a hit.
Yeah. So granted that you've seen Aminar's size, basically unless you roll extremely poorly, i.e. a natural one, you're always going to hit. The question is, where do you hit? And Maka has mentioned that you have to hit, essentially you have to hit him in the underbelly, which may be difficult, and obviously a single shot doesn't mean you're going to kill the beast. So she's proposed this magical effect as an alternative.
How big is Aminar? Have you seen him before?
In the past, when you've seen him, you've only seen limbs, and essentially the one claw that you saw was large enough to essentially flatten an entire ship in one hit.
Oh, okay.
So he's probably, if you were to sort of extrapolate that, he's probably close to several hundred feet long.
Wow.
Nicholas is needed. A survival is needed for many reasons. One, he's a powerful mage once he gets his powered up. And that power will be useful against the demons, but also the upcoming war that will be happening with Nagaroth. And as James Lord sacrificed herself for us to find him, we shall do all we can to make him survive. He will not make the journey if we don't do this.
What about magic machine?
Carlos will still need. We don't have the time. We will need Bragrek to make this machine, and on top of that, we'll still need someone to sacrifice their power.
Eve and Ophelia, since you both read the notebook, the schematics for the machine are in there. But you would need someone like Bragrick to build it.
Where's Ziv when we need him? We could have been working on these things simultaneously.
How long would that take, Bragrick?
Judging by the schematics and the fact that he would need to make some of the materials or repair the machine's materials that Eve destroyed, it would take him at least 7 hours.
Sorry, can we help Bragrick, or do we have to have like Tinker's tools to do that?
Yeah, you would need to at least be somewhat proficient in it, or you could help him out in other ways. For example, like
Surbeck can lift things.
yeah, like you can help him with some of the manual labor. However, that kind of stuff is only going to shave off a minor amount of time.
I'll still try to help him then, just to help finish the thing.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yep, Surbeck will help with any of the heavy lifting.
Okay.
So if we were to do this right now, I guess I would consult Bragrick because he'd be the one who is more familiar with timelines of this.
Yeah.
If we were to assist him right now, all of us together, how much time could we help him through it? Like, how much time would we be shaving off?
He
Just
suspects
delegated.
he suspects that we could get it done by morning. However, that would mean whoever's helping would go without rest for the day.
Which would be
Which would mean not ideal. You would whoever's staying up essentially would gain a point of exhaustion.
But that would also mean we have our imbued harpoon.
You would have an imbued harpoon and a techless who's not going to die.
Yeah. So if we, finish this up and imbue him back with his stolen magic or whatever, I guess I look to Maka. Do we know what capability he'll be left in?
Even with my own power, he wouldn't be able to. He wouldn't be the same wizard he is normally. He would have enough power to survive the journey, but he would still need the help of the mages in Ulthwan. The safe bet would be to give him as much as we can. However, if we give too much, or if I give too much, I will not be able to imbue the harpoon. So, if we are able to develop this device, we could, in theory, gain the best of both worlds.
Would you be able to gauge how much more you would have to give him? So you'd be able to get him a little more, keep him a little more safe, and also imbue the harpoon?
I would need to rest for sure to imbue the harpoon. My power, while you may think is very strong, it would be like trying to fill an ocean with a cup of water.
Poetic. Okay. So I guess the best bet is to create this contraption.
Survek is going to say, "Hey, Braggart, could probably do this just me and you, since we're both geniuses, and leave everybody else to sleep."
If you say so, big guy. I mean, if we can get all the help we can get, it'd be great. But I think the two of us can do it by morning.
The two biggest brains of group. Agreed.
He kind of laughs. Yeah, agreed.
Well, we also have some elves here, so if anything, once they've rested, they can come help halfway through it. Or take turns even. So you'll always have 3 people at least. Alright. I guess we have a plan.
Okay. So, Braggart will lead you back to the workshop he thought he was free of for a little bit to continue doing work.
At least he got some stew.
Yeah, at least he got some soup. All right, I think we'll end it there. And yeah.
I'm gonna preload my exhaustion. So I don't
Okay.
forget.
All right. Well, battle gets pushed one more week.
Live another day. Oh no, Anthony.
Oh my god. Oh no.